Well. Hello, DeVrom, Stiefler. It's Jason Selvig with the Good Liars. Thank you for
Howdy,
joining on this
Jason.
live. How are you? You're doing
I
well.
am. I'm well. I'm well. You seem, I don't know, maybe a little bit somber almost. How are you doing over there?
I'm doing fine. Why would I be somber? I was
You've
just
in a
I
very,
was
yeah,
looking I was looking at the news right now, and like there's nothing
right.
crazy on the news. I was looking it
No,
up. I don't know if you saw this. The Yankees won yesterday. It was a big come from behind victory, so
hmm
that was pretty cool.
kind of a feel good
Um,
story if you're in the New York area. That's good.
uh,
Put one up for the good.
Yes, exactly. A feel good story. Let's see what else is going on here. Trump says Illinois governor and Chicago mayor should be jailed. Justice Kennedy off the bench, but still rendering opinions. Actually, let's go back to the one right before that. So Trump says Illinois governor and Chicago mayor should be jailed. So Trump, that's Donald Trump, the president of the United States, right? Like the guy who
Right.
runs the country. Is that who
Yes,
that is?
yes. That's who that is. Sometimes I forget the name because you just don't hear it that much. But
Don't
yes,
hear
that
it. You don't
is
have to think
when
about
you
that guy.
say it, it definitely rings a bell. That is the president of the United States saying governors and mayors should be jailed. Uh, and I think he's the same guy who was spoke out, a lot against jailing political opponents when he was kind of on the
Hmm.
other end of that, right?
It seems like it a little. Yeah. It's a little odd. It's a little odd.
Yeah.
It's just so. This is crazy that the president of the United States is saying that he wants a governor and a mayor in a state that is not from his political party to be
Right.
jailed. Has he said this
Uh,
before about anyone like in office that they should be
I
thrown
don't
in
know.
jail?
I was thinking about that this morning because it's so direct. Like they should be jailed, isn't it? That's the phrasing with some exclamation points. It's like he's always saying
I've got it right
like
here. Let me pull it up.
this is a bad guy.
You want to
Yeah,
read it in your Trump voice?
Donald J. Trump posting on Truth Social here. Chicago mayor should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers. Governor Pritzker also just a little tacking on of the governor.
I don't know if
Um,
you read those explanation.
exclamation points.
Cannot talk today. I slept 2 hours last night. Sorry. Uh, I don't know if you said them correctly there. The exclamation points. Like I don't know if you put
Uh,
enough emphasis on the
Fascist.
words. Yes.
Sure. Okay. Exclamation points on both. So yeah, what do you think? I mean, he's definitely said uh, a lot of bad things about people on his social media over the years, but just saying they should be jailed, maybe a little more direct than it's been before. Maybe I don't know. Has he said this
No, it's
before?
fucking crazy.
Yeah,
It's
but I mean, has it?
totally
It is crazy. But
fucking
I'm saying,
crazy.
has he done this before? He says Adam Schiff should be thrown in jail like every other week, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I don't know, but it
Not to say it's not crazy. It's also if Joe Biden or Barack Obama had been saying, governors from red states should be thrown in jail, it would have been a bigger story. But I guess in the midst of what's happening, things get a little bit lost. But that is crazy for the president to be calling for the jailing of a governor and a mayor in the
it's
United
not good.
States.
It's not good. I'm gonna go on record and say it's not good. Yeah, because no
Okay,
one's they aren't
said it
doing
here
a
first.
they aren't doing a good job of protecting those poor ICE officers who are just out
Right.
there really working hard on behalf of the
Just out
country.
there armed to the hilt, shooting pepper balls at priests' heads in Chicago. Did you see that
Yeah, I saw
video?
that. I saw that.
So yeah, apparently the ICE officers are the ones that need more protecting. I saw another video of an ICE vehicle pulls up next to another vehicle, and he's just got a gun pointed at the other car. And, like it's kind of Wild West out there. But anyway, keep your local ICE officers, I guess, in your thoughts while they're not being protected by the governor or the mayor.
The only way I would support Trump in sending the National Guard into Illinois is if they were going there to arrest all the ICE officers and to clear them out of Chicago because they seem to be the ones
Right.
who are causing all of the chaos here, not
Right. That's a good
the
point. If
people
you're
who
if
are
you're if you're if you're actually trying to clean up the city, you might boot ICE out. Like yesterday, we were talking to people, went to Times Square and tried to get some opinions on this country these days,
yeah.
uh, from those who are visiting, and yeah, it was just one of the conversations led to the idea that troops have been sent into cities, which creates unrest, which means you need to send more, or you're quote justified in sending more troops in, and it's like this cycle of creating a dangerous like war zone in a city, which is what Donald Trump said these cities were like, but now just kind of making it happen by sending a bunch of unhinged uh, ICE agents into these cities.
I thought you were going to say lunatics like Donald Trump.
Lunatics,
Unhinged lunatics.
unhinged lunatics.
You know,
Scum.
I posted about this earlier, but Devon, you know what I've noticed in the last, since Trump's been elected, I haven't seen a lot of Proud Boys out there marching, doing their thing,
Right.
beating people up, causing chaos, any of that stuff. Have you noticed that? There just haven't you haven't seen as many Proud Boys?
Yeah, I have noticed that. What do you attribute it to?
I think they all got jobs. I think they got
Yeah,
those a good government job where they get to basically do the exact same stuff. You get
right,
to like racially profile, say racist stuff, be just kind of dickheads, assholes,
right,
and douchebags, which is kind of their thing to begin with. But now they get to do it and get paid for it. They get paid by the government to work for ICE.
right.
And now you see the Proud Boys, it's like the Proud Ice or the Ice Boys, or
The Ice
I don't know,
Boys. That's kind of
Ice Boys.
that's kind of the most fun way, I guess, you could talk about that group, the Ice Boys. It sounds
Ice
kind of
Boys.
like
Yeah, it sounds like they'd be like
sounds kind of
doing
like some
musical
cold
numbers,
beers or
snapping their
something.
fingers. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know.
Oh, did you know what happened with the Ice
Yeah. So
Boys?
you're saying there's kind of like it's like a feeder system. Like they needed to staff ICE when they decided they were going to start their secret police force, kind of.
Yeah,
And then so the Proud Boys that were already being racist and stuff, they were able to just kind of use them. And also for the Proud Boys, it's probably a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good day for a racist, right?
yeah.
You
And
bunch of
also
your
Proud Boys,
friends, you get in a car, you drive around, you terrorize people. I mean, if you're a Proud Boy, that's a pretty good day.
that would make you so proud. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I think that what happened is they got the pardons from Trump. They got pardoned by Trump. And then they're like, "Wow, I'm here, but I've got, if you Google my name, you're going to see all this stuff. Maybe an employer will be like, I don't want to hire somebody who was an insurrectionist who stormed the Capitol during the certification
right.
of a presidential election, injured a bunch of Capitol
There are
police,
some crazy
defecated on
employers
some
out there.
walls."
Right.
Yeah.
There are crazy employers out there who have these like ideas about like they do and don't want working at their businesses. So what the stuff you just said, but there are some employers who'd be like, no thanks.
Yes. Yes. Trump would say they're not very patriotic. But Donald Trump, he heard these complaints. He's like, "Oh my gosh, these guys can't get jobs. We gotta put like billions and billions of dollars into a new Proud Boys, reinvent it a little bit."
Right.
Um, sometimes a name, a brand is tarnished, and you have to kind of like rename it and revamp it. And
Right.
he was like, "Oh, we'll just call it ICE. We'll just put all of them in ICE. We'll give them a job.
Yeah,
They
but a lot
don't
of these
have
guys
to
probably
stand
didn't
back to
have
stand
jobs. They
by."
were sitting around on the internet, um, clicking around, posting mean stuff, and then so they needed jobs, probably a lot of them. So I don't know. It's like a little bit of a public service, I guess. But to your point, you could get the National Guard in to kind of clear out the ICE agents eventually, because they are a little bit of a problem.
It's just a little bit of a
Yeah.
problem. Where are you on the happiness scale? One to
Let's
10,
see. Uh,
not
I'm at a six.
including
I'm at
whatever's
a
going on in
6.
your personal life. You're at a
I'm at it,
6.
not including that. Okay, well, 9 then. No, personal stuff's great. I don't know. So I don't want to say. Well, you listed a bunch of happy news. I actually think the news has been a little bit heavy lately.
Oh, interesting.
So that dampens the happiness a little bit. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna call it a 6, just because some of America's great cities are kind of under siege right now. So it feels less happy. How about you? What's the number?
3.2.
Okay, because of the bad sleep last night.
Well, I'm taking personal stuff out of this. This is just news, everything. I don't want to go
We've
too
got
low
someone in the
because
comments saying they're a 6.66 out of 10,
oh,
which I think is
that sounds spooky in this
yeah,
Halloween
it's a
season. A
spooky.
little
You're
spooky.
coming right up on Halloween. That's the devil's number. Yeah.
Oh my word! I didn't even think about that. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to go too low because things will get worse. Obviously, things are going to get worse. We all know that. This week is going to look great compared to last week, just as almost every week has kind of looked like that.
You know what? You just that Office Space quote where it's like each day is the new worst day of my life.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you're saying. This week is actually better than next week is going to be. So if you're looking for trends here, that's the direction.
But you know what? Maybe that is a glass half empty way of looking at things. Maybe things are going to get better. Maybe we need to have a little bit of hope right now, DeVrom. I don't know.
Do you have any? I mean, we've been sometimes we reflect
Do you
on
have
this.
any? Because I could see if
Well,
you have any, just
do
share it.
you?
It'd be
I
great.
mean, sometimes I reflect on just us. We've done stuff for even longer than this, but kind of focus more on the good liars in the last. It's been almost 10 years. Have things gotten better? Has it given you? Have you seen times where things got a lot better in that time?
No, not necessarily. No, I don't
Yeah.
think so. No, I don't know. I thought there was a moment, there was one moment after January 6th where it's like, okay, this was the explosion. This was the climax of this season. We are over this as a country. There's no way people would be stupid enough to vote for a guy who had his supporters storm the Capitol because he refused to concede a presidential election. If that happens, then the country is in much worse shape than I could have possibly imagined. But then
you remember my reaction to those few days?
No, you were always a glass half empty type of person.
Yeah, which I don't like to be. I've never been. But
you aren't, but you were right. I guess the important thing is
I was expecting the dominoes to fall in those next few days, and when they didn't, some of the next few years started to play in my head a little bit. Well, if now is not when people are going to walk away, when would it be? The answer is pretty much never.
Okay. All right. Well, good. So yeah, I'm feeling good. So I'm feeling great about it. James Comey appeared today in court. Can you
Jimmy Comey.
Jimmy Comey. JC.
Yeah,
our old buddy.
Jesus Christ.
Let's not do that. Let's not.
Okay.
Let's not.
You're right. You're right. We don't need
not this.
Not any wrath coming down upon us. Yeah.
Yeah. But he pleaded not guilty. He wants the charges to get thrown out. And this is Trump's, I guess, first real political opponent that he's gone after using his Justice Department. And
right.
I want to do, is it you know a lot about gambling. You have friends who understand gambling very well.
I have friends who understand gambling well. I really don't. I really don't.
No, but
whenever I log in,
that I could talk to and be like, what are the odds of this? Sometimes you'll tell me like, hey, Trump is whatever to win the election or something like that. I know
that's
I could
just
probably
when I get a text from someone else. But okay, sure. Okay. Let's talk it over.
Well, I'm just wondering, are there odds on who the next person to get arrested and charged is going to be?
I don't know.
Okay, so I mean, if you had the answer, that would have been great. You could look it up, and I can.
I'm gonna try and.
Because if there isn't, we really need to this could be big money. We could be making right now, and then it's like we'll end up seeing ourselves on there with like the odds are like, oh no, I kind of want to bet on us to not get arrested because it's such a long shot right now.
Who's the favorite to be Trump's next political target by the DOJ? Is that a fair search? Letitia James? Adam Schiff
Yeah.
and Christopher Wray come up pretty quickly. So
Hey.
stuff to think about.
But
Now,
there's no odds, is what I'm asking.
I'm
There's
not seeing
no
the odds here. I
okay.
mean, I could do a little
CNN
more
doesn't have the
digging,
odds. It's not like
or just
ESPN where they have the odds for each one. Yeah.
yeah,
That would be
that would be
funny.
pretty
I feel
great if
like
they did
that you could
like a
well,
Kornacki kind of in a
yeah,
screen,
exactly.
and yeah.
Here's what you're going to do when a bet in this election. Here's what
Right.
you're going that we're not far from that, by the way. That could totally happen where there's betting the next presidential election. CNN could have like brought to you by FanDuel deal where it's like we're gonna be here's your guide to betting on this election in this
I think
primary Super Tuesday.
I'm pretty sure we're there, so I can do some verifying. Maybe next time we hop on a live, I'll tell you what I found. But with these betting sites, like so many things, politics is already deeply embedded in those, and who's going to win an election or who's likely to be what nominee. But with how crazy things are, I think I think if it's not already there, it's tomorrow when these types of things are going to be.
I know that
so we'll try and give you the inside track. That could be the new. All we do is like the pointers for
just be bet guys.
Yeah. Crypto and bet guys.
Great, awesome. No, but it did when I know specifically at the Madison Square Garden rally that Trump did, there was like a big thing for betting and they were like handing out t-shirts, but I think it was at other rallies too. It was like you can bet on the election, but that was only like one specific market. It hasn't been like totally.
What's the name of that one again? Do you remember? Kalshi? Was that Kalshi?
Something like that. Yeah. They kept offering us t-shirts. We didn't take them. Would have been a fun little thing that we would end up throwing out in a couple years probably that we would have kept.
Yeah, I have a Kamala t-shirt and I decided I was going to work out in it, take the sleeves off of it and work out in it. And then I thought you took the
sleeves off.
I was going to take the sleeves off of it and work out in it. And then even that, I thought,
what does that do for you, taking the sleeves off the shirt?
Well, just so you don't overheat. It's like a thick black t-shirt. You want air moving around. You're just going to be like walking around sweating. And
but is that worth
keep you cool at the gym?
Then you end up being a guy with a cut off shirt,
which is also a plus. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not making a lot of sense. You didn't sleep a lot last night, you were saying?
I guess that's it. Yeah. My brain doesn't know left from right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you want sleeveless shirts. So that should be something we say.
Robert Myers says taking the sleeves off a shirt, you're right to bear arms. That's a great pun. Thank you. Yeah. And we oftentimes talk a lot about politics. Mm-hmm. Did you know that, DeVrom? We talk about that.
I'm honestly just on cruise control a lot of the time. Here, so
me too.
You can tell me what we're talking about, and I'll believe you.
DeVrom, take your shirt off for the people.
Can't be done.
All right. I just thought maybe you said you're on cruise control.
On the back too. I just can't reach them. I would.
The buttons are on the back.
Yeah, back in front. So wait, where are we in this conversation? We're going to bring up a few things. We talked about Donald Trump saying governors and mayors need to be arrested. We talked about the odds of who's going to be the next political target. What else is going on today? We talked about the Proud Boys finally finding their homes. These poor restless souls finally finding a place to rest their weary bones.
Yes,
ice van.
They're out of the hot and into the ice.
Right.
Out of the fire.
Put those Proud Boys on ice. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of works. It's an expression, and he used it, so I appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just talk about how I'm pretty tired right now. And I thought we were going to be doing this later, but we're doing it now, which is great, which I'm very happy about. I'm glad that we're doing this now. So
I can see it in your eyes. You're just happy to be here. Yeah.
So yesterday, we were in Times Square and we're going to put a video out from this. We like went there with like half an idea of what we're going to talk about. And then we like wrote it and finished it like when we got there, but what we were actually going to try and do. And we started talking to people, and in Times Square in beautiful New York City, there's a lot of tourists there. There's a lot of tourists.
Right. A lot of people go there to visit. If you're in New York, you would rarely find yourself in Times Square. just to take a stroll or to run an errand. It wouldn't happen.
Yes.
So
Yes. It's like if you're going to a Broadway show, which I like to do a fair amount because
that's
I
true.
love theater, but you will plan your trip. So you are taking a train that will put you on either side of Times Square, so you don't actually have to walk through Times Square, because Times Square
You're saying
is
you
not
plan your life around not being in Times Square on a
exactly.
regular basis, even if you have to be near it. That's fair.
Yes.
But we
Yes.
went there.
We went there. And we were going to talk to people about Jeffrey Epstein, because every day there's new stuff where Donald Trump tries to, I guess, incriminate himself more with this Jeffrey Epstein thing. Like, it started off, and I think people were like, "Is this just not focusing?" And it started off, and people were like, I thought, like, he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. But all the reporting, everything you hear was like, yeah, he said some creepy things, but it's been like years and years, and like he wasn't associated with him. And he said the crazy thing about Ghislaine Maxwell when he was like, I wish her well in 2020. And then when this all came back up, he's just been acting so shady about it. Like, he acts like nobody cares about it, when we talk to Trump supporters all the time, that they care very deeply about it.
Right. Meanwhile, they're having like hearings and grilling, people in his administration about it. So if he were just paying attention to anything, he would be aware that it's at least being discussed.
Yes. And but then this week he was like, I get this notification that he was asked about Ghislaine Maxwell and said that he would, he's open to a pardon or would not like rule it out, which is just like, would an innocent person ever do that? It's like he's I guess my point is he's purposefully trying to make himself look guilty if he is innocent. If he's innocent, everything he's doing is he's doing to actively make himself look guilty.
Without saying unsubstantiated things or whatever. I'm just gonna think out loud here.
Let's talk this out.
Why would you throw that out there? The most obvious reason to me would be that he wants to dangle the possibility of a pardon so that she continues to kind of cooperate with his goals of keeping things under wraps. If he says no, under no circumstances, she might have like some sort of different leverage or different like deal to cut, right? So he wants to send this signal that she should be waiting around for a possible pardon. Meanwhile, to your point, how weird and shady the whole thing is that when she's brought up, he pretends like he hasn't, like, wow, talk about a blast from the past. I haven't heard that name in years, which is just so strange. I'm sorry, who? He always says that. Sorry, who? Oh, no, I don't know. I haven't thought about her in years. I haven't heard the name in so long. So he needs like a different strategy, I guess, right? If he's gonna keep
different
having these interactions, whatever. Yeah, whatever he's telling himself. And again, we've talked about this a bunch. We don't know, you can't be certain if what he's covering up about himself or important people in his orbit or donors or what kind of things he's juggling here. But I would say he's known to have been one of the closest friends to this person. So it's not just as if they met a couple of times. So it's likely that he's kind of protecting, himself or people very close to him.
Wait, you're talking about Jeff Epstein?
Jeffy.
Yeah, Jeff, the New York City financier.
The New York City financier? No, not him. Well, there's an easy way to deal with this, right? To sort this out.
Yes. Call Ghislaine Maxwell. So you think he's doing that? But I guess the question is, do you think he's doing that to protect himself or to protect his buddies?
Well, I don't think anybody knows necessarily for sure right now, but I kind of
I'm asking you to
like
speculate.
Two sides of the same coin. I think he's protecting himself. That's kind of what I'm getting at with when you're best friends, quote, best friends with this person for a couple of decades or whatever it was. and have been on the plane, have been to the island, it's hard to imagine that some of this information doesn't look bad for himself. Now, I would guess it also looks bad for other people that he considers to be important in his administration, in his orbit, other billionaires. So I think it's probably a combination of the two, but I don't think he's just squeaky clean, because he's never had any issue throwing people under the bus before, right? He's never like, these are my friends, like Rudy. This guy's been with me
I
through
know.
thick and thin. I'm not going to throw him under the bus.
I gotta do him a solid.
Got to do
Like,
him a
I'm
solid.
not paying him. What?
Yeah,
No, I'm not
who
paying
does
him.
he ever do a favor to? Who, this guy who's, prizes loyalty above all else, but it's a one-way stream. It's just loyalty to him, and we've seen it over and over again. So to me, this would be the exception to a long public set of rules that we've seen him follow as far as how loyalty works in his world. So it would be the exception.
Okay. All right.
What do you think?
So you are saying on record
What do you
that
think?
You think
No, what are you saying on record?
I'm on the record. I'm saying this on the record. I'm speculating wildly right now. Totally, this is really, I don't know, unprofessional to say the least.
You want to get off the live and just tell me just to... No, you know what? Just do it.
Actually, you get off. I just want to tell everybody else. The truth is that he, every time I think that he didn't do something real bad, I think we know what real bad is. He does something where it makes him seem like he did something real bad, the way he's acting.
Right.
But
so, if reading between the lines here, you're trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. You like this guy, but he's making it hard.
Always give him the benefit of the doubt. Him and Elon Musk. I mean, you just gotta they don't get like a fair shake with things.
It's kind of like those ICE agents. Like, these governors need to protect them. It's unfair.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. You need to protect them, because sometimes when they're beating people up, they could slip and fall, and they need to give them extra padding or something.
Right. Or the emotional toll of beating someone senseless and thinking about it later and being sad. They need more support.
Yes, that's very true. Very true. Mm-hmm. The other thing we should talk about is, we talked with Eric Swalwell yesterday. I have to leave in a second, but we talked to Eric Swalwell yesterday. We talked about the government shutdown. The government is shut down now, and you know what that means?
Yeah,
it means don't fly into Burbank. For some reason,
not even have an air traffic controller.
Not have an air traffic controller.
No, that was possible. Yeah.
Don't fly into Newark or out of Newark, but that's just, it's a real schlep to get out there. Right. So I just don't recommend it. Actually, if you live on the west side, it's probably faster to get there than JFK, certainly. Right. I would think. West side.
Okay, I'm glad we're talking about this. This is probably useful to our audience. Everyone who's considering which airport to fly out of from New York.
Yes. But now people aren't going to get paid soon, and it's dragging out, and all because this Democrats are trying to give undocumented people health care, according to Donald Trump. Right. I got my news from Donald Trump, so that's what he said. But it was a little more.
It's easy when you get it curated a little bit by someone who knows what they're doing. So
yeah, exactly.
Good for anyone who gets their news from Donald Trump. Yeah, I guess that's what Democrats want to do, is they want to give a bunch of health care to undocumented immigrants. Although Democrats are saying that's not true, and that's not what they're trying to do, and that's not happening, and it never has happened.
It's against the law.
Yeah. So I guess you'd have to figure out if you believe Donald Trump or like everyone else, or what.
Everyone else. Yeah.
Right.
I do want to on that note, not really that note, but I do want to say something about Newark, because I'm looking at the comments. People saying Newark's always been a shit show. The airport itself now is much nicer than it was. The airport itself, they redid it.
Right.
And it's a new terminal. I would say it's not as nice as the new LaGuardia, but it is still nice. It's nicer than any terminal at JFK right now.
I'm so glad we're getting into this. I'll have to just think about this when I'm booking a flight soon. So this has been a really valuable thing for me personally.
Well, I'm not saying this to you, DeVrom, because we took 1,000 flights. We killed the planet last year with all of our flights that we took
They're on our private jet.
on our private jet.
Mhm.
That we know all the airports. We've flown out of all of them. So I know you prefer LaGuardia. I know I prefer LaGuardia. This isn't a secret between the two of us, but it is information that we're then passing on to everyone.
No, I love it. Are you messing
watching
with
this
me
thing.
at this point? But with how long we're gonna stay on the airport thing, I'll keep talking about it for sure.
I'm not messing with
You
anybody. I'm
you know
talking
what
about
I
things
you know
that
what I
people are
think
interested about.
you know what I think about JFK is that it's the A train to
CIA
the A
did it.
train is actually
The
quite
CIA did
easy.
it.
What's that?
The CIA did it. That's what we're
The
gonna find
CIA
out.
did what?
JFK.
Did JFK, right. Oh, okay. All right. So we're off airports now. All right.
All right. All right. Well, sadly, I have to leave right now, Javon. But if you want
Okay,
to
that's
stay here
fair.
and give a monologue to all the people, I think you should feel empowered to do that.
Obligated.
Are you in the military?
Yeah, well,
You
I'm
enlist in
guess I'm a
the Soviet
communist.
army?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't notice that when I put on this shirt, but I'm gonna wear it more and more and more now. So thanks for pointing that out. This has been fun, right? You started
I
off
mean,
at
I
a three something. Are you
started
like
off at a
way
3.
higher now?
We talk about personal, personal is a 10 out of 10. I've never been
Yeah,
happier.
right.
So, and this live stream is included in that.
Love to hear it.
Yeah. All right. For all of us at The Good Liars, we want to thank you for joining us on this live, letting us talk about airports and fascism and authoritarianism. We want to remind you, you can support us on Substack. There's a paid tier. We've got a whole interview up with Eric Swalwell that we recorded yesterday and we put out yesterday, which is, that's a fast turnaround time. So please check that out. You'll be supporting us, helping us go to all these terrible places that we go to. Before we leave, Jerome, any words of wisdom that you want to leave the audience with?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Grapes are potentially very poisonous to dogs, and I think a lot of people don't know that. You should know that. If you have grapes around your dog, just had to send my dog to the vet for eating some raisins a little while ago. So it's just a helpful piece of information, something a lot of people don't know. Keep the grapes away from the dog.
Well, thank you, Devron. That was grape advice. Grape words of wisdom.
Great words of wisdom there.
Sorry about that. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.